Good morning everybody. In today's video we will start new chapter, structure of atoms and nuclei. This chapter is related with a modern physics. Different scientists gave different theories about structure of atoms. First scientist was the Dalton. So first theory is Dalton atomic theory. According to this theory, first point, matter is made up of indestructible particles. What do you mean by indestructible particles? Indestructible particles means not able to be destroyed. मराठीमध्ये त्याला आपण अविनाशी पार्टिकल्स असं म्हणतो. सेकंड पॉइंट इज atoms of a given element are identical. Third point is atoms can combine with other atoms to form new substance. These 3 points are related with Dalton atomic theory. Next theory, Thomson atomic model. First point related to the Thomson atomic model is, according to this model, an atom is a sphere having a uniform positive charge in which electrons are embedded. Embedded means of an object fixed firmly and deeply in a surrounding mass. Second point, this model is referred to as plum pudding model. Plum pudding model means the positive medium was like a pudding with electrons or plums inside. Therefore, Thomson atomic model is called as plum pudding model. The total positive charge is equal to the total negative charge of electron in the atom, rendering it electrically neutral. Therefore, according to the Thomson, atom is electrically neutral. Third point, as the whole solid sphere is uniformly positive charge, the positive charge can't come out and only the negatively charged electron, which are small, can be emitted. The model also explains the formation of ions and ionic compound. Fourth point, however, further experiment on structure of atoms which are described show the distribution of charges to be very different than what was proposed in Thomson atomic model. The next model is Rutherford atomic model. According to the Rutherford, the entire positive charge and most of the mass of an atom is concentrated in the central nucleus and the electrons revolve around it in circular orbits similar to the revolution of the planet around the sun in the solar system. Second point, the revolution of the electron was necessary as without it the electron would fall into the positively charged nucleus and the atoms would collapse. The space between the orbit of the electron and nucleus is mostly empty. Then third point, according to Rutherford atomic model, is most alpha particle pass through this empty space undeflected, and a very few which are in direct line with the tiny nucleus or are extremely close to it get repelled and get deflected through large angles. Fourth point, this model also explains why no positively charged particles are emitted by atoms while negatively charged electrons are. This is because of the large mass of the nucleus, which does not get affected when force is applied on the atoms. Then drawbacks of or difficulties with Rutherford model. Rutherford model has some drawbacks. There are the true drawbacks. First one, according to Rutherford model, electron revolve in a circular orbit around the nucleus with constant velocity. Its direction changes continuously. So, the motion is an accelerated motion. Thus, the electron should emit electromagnetic radiation continuously. Also, as it emits radiation, its energy would decrease, and consequently, the radius of the orbit would decrease continuously. It would then spiral into the nucleus, causing the atoms to collapse and lose its atomic properties. So, atom has most stable structure. This is the one drawback. Okay. Second one, the revolving electron emit the radiation continuously with varying frequencies. Hence, the spectrum is continuous spectrum, but they don't constantly emit electromagnetic radiation, and definitely not varying frequency. The atomic spectra are found to be a line spectra. He could not explain the atomic spectra. These two are the drawbacks of Rutherford model. The next, atomic spectra. Here is the diagram of hydrogen spectra. Okay, this is the ultraviolet radiation, this is the visible spectrum, and this is the infrared. Okay, then this 410, 434, 486, 656 nanometer is the wavelength of corresponding spectra. Spectral lines. Origin of spectrum lines. When a metallic object is heated, it emits radiation of different wavelength. When this radiation is passed through a prism, we get a continuous spectrum. However, when we heat hydrogen gas inside a glass tube to a high temperature, the emitted radiation has only a few selected wavelengths, and when passed through a prism, we get the line spectra, which is shown in this figure. Okay. Then second point, it shows that hydrogen emits radiation of wavelength 410, 434, 486 and 656 nanometer and does not emit any radiation with wavelength in between these wavelengths. The lines seen in the spectrum are called emission lines. Third point, hydrogen atom also emits radiation at some other values of wavelength in the ultraviolet, the infrared and at longer wavelength. The spectral lines can be divided into groups starting from shorter wavelength as follows. We have seen the origin of spectral lines. When a metallic object is heated, it emits the radiation of different wavelength. Okay, then the spectral lines can be divided into the number of groups. First is Lehman series, Balmer series, Pachon series, Brackett series and Pfund series. In each series, the separation between successive lines decreases as we go towards shorter wavelength and they reach a limiting value. The limiting value of the wavelength for each series is shown by dotted lines in the figure. See this. This is the shortest wavelength. This is the limiting value of Lehman series. This is the Balmer series and this is the Pachon series. Okay, this is the hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum consists of the 5 series. First is Lehman series, second one is Balmer series, Pachon series, Brackett series and Pfund series. Okay, and this figure shows its limiting values of wavelength also. Then the observed wavelength of the emissions line are found to obey the relation 1 upon lambda is equal to R 1 upon n square minus 1 upon m square, where lambda is the wavelength of the emission lines. Okay, R is the Rayburn constant. Okay, n is the integer value of course. Okay, and m is the next integer values. Okay, then conditions for Lehman series, Balmer series and Pachon, Brackett and Pfund series. First is the Lehman series. For Lehman series, n is equal to the always equal to the n is equal to the 2, 3, 4 dash dash up to the infinity. This series lies in ultraviolet region of the spectrum. हायड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्राची डायग्राम आपण प्रिव्हियस पीपीटी मध्ये पाहिली, तर त्यामध्ये ही जी काही लेमन सिरीज आहे विच इज ऑलवेज ऑब्झर्व्ड इन अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट region of the spectrum. Now second Balmer series. For Balmer series, n is always equal to the 2 and m is equal to the 3, 4, 5 dash dash infinity. This series lies in visible region of the spectrum. Now for Pachon series, value of n is equal to 3, m is equal to 4, 5, 6 dash dash infinity. This series lies in infrared region of the spectrum. Fourth series is Brackett series. N is equal to 4, m is equal to 5, 6, 7 dash dash infinity. This series lies in near infrared region of the spectrum. Then fifth series is Pfund series. N is equal to 5 and m is equal to the 6, 7, 8 dash dash infinity. This series lies in far infrared region of the spectrum. Therefore, the values of n and m are very important in order to calculate the observed wavelength of the emission lines of the hydrogen spectrum, because you know that lambda is the wavelength of a emission lines. N and M be the lower and higher orbit respectively, and R is the Rayburn constant. Therefore, this formula is also very important. 1 upon R is equal to the 1 upon lambda is equal to R 1 upon N square minus 1 upon M square. And you should know all the values of N and M for particular series, that is Lemon series, Balmer series, Pachon series, bracket series and fund series. This is the basic information about structure of atoms. Therefore, in this video we have seen first model is the Dalton atomic theory, second one is Thomson atomic model, next one is Rutherford atomic model, then its drawbacks, then atomic spectra, then origin of spectral lines, hydrogen spectrum which consists of different spectral lines, different series, then wavelength of different emission lines. Okay, therefore let us stop here.